On today's show, the guys are talking with students from Carl Sandburg High School in Illinois, the champions for eSports. We've also got an East Initiative update, some witty banter, and an ICE recap up next on EduTechGuys. You're listening to the EduTechGuys, EduTechGuys.com. Hello and welcome to this episode of EduTechGuys Radio. I'm David Henderson.
Hey, I'm Jeff Madlock.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. We just got back, or just getting back from ICE.
Yeah, 2019, been a great trip. But before we get into that, don't forget to check out the web. We made a few modifications on the website. I say we, David did the work, but we made a few modifications. You can find not only our regular shows there in an embeddable player, but you can also find the conference links. So you can listen to the over 50 conference interviews we did for ICE 2019. And don't forget, you can always go out to Google, type in EduTechGuys, and you're going to find us, because we're always going to come up because we're hiding under your bed and in the closet. So
that's right. We are the monsters.
Yeah, oh, by the way, boo. No. Welcome to the pit of, the pit of despair.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
No, we had a great time there, and we think we have a great show for you today.
Oh, absolutely, man. We were at the ICE conference, which is, at the time we're recording this, is the Illinois Computing Educators Conference. They're actually in the process, as we're recording this, of voting to change the name.
Oh, yeah, today.
Yeah.
So after this afternoon, there'll be a new name.
Right, yeah. So we don't know what that is right now.
Stephen.
Yeah, that's right. Welcome to the Stephen Conference.
Spelled with a PH.
That's right.
Stephen.
Yeah. So we sat down and talked with over 50 different folks here at the conference.
From presenters to attendees to technology integration coaches to some of the vendors. But one of the most fun things we got to do is we talked to several students from all walks of the educational spectrum, really.
Right.
We had some inventors, we had some makers, we had some younger students who were here to present to teachers. And as you'll hear today, we had some eSport team members from a varsity eSport team.
Yeah, the state champions.
That's pretty crazy. That's right there.
Freaking amazing.
In my lifetime, who would have thought? Now, had they had a Pitfall championship varsity team back in the 80s, I would have been on Pitfall. I mean,
it's funny. As much as I played Pitfall, I never could beat the game. I did.
I actually got my parents' Polaroid camera after you made the final screen, and I took a picture of it. Yeah, pretty sure my mom probably still has it in some box somewhere. But I was like, I've just got to take a picture of it,
Yeah. So,
with a Polaroid camera, because didn't have my cell phone at that time.
Well, and so here's there you go. Yeah, that's right. I didn't have my cell phone back in the 80s.
Couldn't stream it on Twitch. So.
Yeah. and so the really crazy thing is, now today in 2019, you could take a picture of the final screen of playing Pitfall on, an emulator, or if you get one of those Atari, retro boxes that you hook up with a Polaroid, because, Polaroid is back, as are most things 80s.
Yeah.
It is so bizarre to me.
That's kind of weird, isn't it?
That my daughter could be taking a picture with her Polaroid of Pitfall.
That's getting really, all technology and the reintroduction of old to new.
Yes,
and new to old, and whatever you want to call that.
Something.
But, listen.
Lunacy.
Yeah. But we do have a great show for you today.
Yeah.
We're real excited. There'll be a show especially that we'll have with the director from ICE, and she'll come on the show, and we'll talk about that down the road. If you get a chance, though, take a listen to some of the interviews we did from not only ICE, but you can go back even farther and catch FETC, and you can go back even farther and catch AESA from back in December. So there's a lot. There's over 20 pages, 10 pages each. There's over 200 10 to 15 minute interviews on that site for our conferences. You can always get there by just going to conference.edutechguys.com.
That's right. You could download them to your device and listen to them commuting, flying, you name it. So, there we go. Hey, we want to thank Student Treasures. They are our new sponsor of the podcast. Student Treasures has been turning students into published authors for more than 20 years. They provide everything you need to turn your class into published authors for free. Publishing with Student Treasures is easy. Their free hands-on writing activity motivates your students to write, and it inspires them to learn by turning their writing and illustrations into a one-of-a-kind book. When you turn your students into published authors, I'll get it out here eventually, you'll automatically receive a free teacher copy of your class's book along with any copies ordered by the parents. Plus, their online bookmaker Scriptsy is perfect for technology-based learning, and it makes it easy for your students to create your class book online. Don't take my word for it, though. More than 440,000 teachers have turned over 14 million students into published authors with Student Treasures. You won't want to miss the looks on their faces when they see their work come to life in a professionally bound book. Learn more about publishing and turn your class into proud authors at studenttreasures.com/techguys.
You're listening to an interview recorded at the ICE 2019 conference in Sandburg, Illinois. Enjoy the program.
Hey, welcome back to ICE 2019. We're the EduTechGuys, and we're really excited to have our next guest in the seats and around. And we're going to let them tell us who they are, where they're from, and all that kind of good stuff. So here we go.
Good morning, everybody. I am Greg Gardner. I'm the assistant principal at Carl Sandburg High School in Orland Park, Illinois, part of Consolidated High School District 230, and I am here with some of our eSports, varsity eSports team and our coaches. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Joe Tuttle. I'm a teacher at Carl Sandburg High School and also one of the eSports coaches.
My name is Abdallah Faraj. I'm also a teacher at Carl Sandburg High School, and I am also a varsity coach for eSports.
My name is Dan. I'm a senior at Carl Sandburg, one of the esports players.
Hi, I'm Zachy. I am a senior at Carl Sandburg, and I'm also on the esports team.
Oh, that's so cool. So let's jump into this is right up my alley. So let's jump into which platforms, which games do you guys enjoy playing the most for your esports competitions?
So our biggest game is without a doubt League of Legends.
Yeah.
It is by far the most competitive and definitely has the biggest community. So there's a lot of people playing in Illinois. So yeah.
Yeah. So League of Legends. What else we got?
At the esports club, we also play a lot of Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
And
we also play Rocket League.
Yeah.
That's another big one.
Man, I love Rocket League. I'm an old guy who does gaming. I've been gaming since Pong, which is way before your time. Some of these other guys know what I'm talking about. So,
Okay, so tell me, I'm not a gamer. I mean, I play some games, but I'm not a gamer. But I want to. I just don't have the hand-eye dexterity to do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So what's it done to change the atmosphere at school? With everything, with the coaches, what's it done to change the way things are happening on your campus?
Ever since we started the esports club, we've gotten so many people to join. No one really knew how big the gaming community was at Sandburg until we actually started it, and the club has been just growing drastically ever since we started, and it's given an opportunity for people at Sandburg to come together and communicate with each other and learn about each other, and given Sandburg a community for gamers to come together and talk about things that they are both interested in. So
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first heard about the club at Sandburg, I was a little iffy to join at first, but some of my friends kind of pushed me to go join, and it was nice to find a place where I could share my competitive passion for video games with other students and just work together, meet new friends.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. That's really awesome. That's what extracurricular is all about. That's really it. That's really awesome. Sorry.
So so from assistant principal, administrative level, from the coaching side of things, what have you seen in the district, in the schools, in your students, having brought esports into the school?
So great question. As a director of student activities, I've been in student activities for 8 years now, and we're always looking for a club to connect students who have not participated in a club or a sport prior, right? And so, when Craig Anderson of the IHSA came out to our conference meeting at the beginning of last school year, he said, hey, we're looking to maybe look at esports as being part of IHSA. And I'm like, okay, we need to jump on this. What is this? Let's send out a message to all students, say who's interested. I got 150 responses back from students wanting some type of a gaming organization, right? And so we got, Joe and Abdallah to jump on and pilot this club, and we got our district technology staff to help us run these games and get the computers up and running, and what we've seen is students who who were not participating in other sports activities now becoming a part of our culture of Sandburg. We're very proud saying there's something for everybody at Sandburg. And they're going to be talking about this later today in our presentation. The change that they've had with their relationship with each other, with the students they didn't know. Their teachers saying, hey, I saw you were on Twitter and you guys were at this big tournament in Bloomington, and so that whole atmosphere has changed for these students and not just them, right? We wanted to come on this to kind of promote esports across the state of Illinois, getting more schools to get on, because there's such a percentage of students that, right, they check into school at 8 o'clock, they get done at 3, and then they just go home and play video games, and so they're in a community, but it's outside the school.
Right,
it was really important for us to have them at the school and be a part of the school.
Sure.
Yeah.
To include that confidence. So when you guys agree, when you play at home, you do anything on your own that's not at school, you've got your confidence there, but it's really great to show it to your peers and your teachers and build that confidence. Have you seen that happen on campus?
Absolutely. One of my teachers, as Mr. Gardner said, I came into class and she was like, hey, I heard you're doing this thing about gaming after school. And I said, yeah. And she's like, I think that's a really great thing. And she went in front of the class and showed everybody on Twitter pictures of us, and it was just a huge confidence booster, because it showed me that everybody at school's rallying behind me, including my peers and my teachers, and that was just a great confidence booster.
Yeah.
And it only motivated me to want to just keep going and pursuing my dreams.
That's awesome.
Yeah, especially after we won the tournament in Bloomington. There was the picture of us winning was on the front page of our Sandburg announcements for the week, and I just got so many texts and from friends just congratulating me, and a lot of people asking questions about it and just being very interested in this something that they've never heard about, which is esports.
Sure, yeah,
That's awesome.
And that's one of the things that we're from Arkansas, and so we are just now getting to where some of the schools are open to esports and bringing that into, and they're focusing on League of Legends as their competitive way in. And so that's been kind of fun to watch. It's been interesting to watch because I don't know if there was much backlash or resistance to it, but in Arkansas, there's a whole faction of folks who don't necessarily understand the benefits of creating a community where students who don't necessarily, as you mentioned, who don't necessarily participate in other things, this is a way they can still participate in school-led activities. So I think it's awesome what you guys are doing, and congratulations, by the way, for winning.
Yeah, that's
Thank
awesome.
you guys.
So faculty members.
Yeah.
So tell us how it's changed your lives as educators. I mean, it has to have really changed the way you came out of school looking at what you were going to do, and now you're doing this. Is it a big difference?
Growing up, I played video games, and I went into teaching, and I'm currently a football coach. But last year, I was talking to Abdallah, and I found out there was this gaming club, and I decided, hey, I like to do that at home. It'd be cool to really get to, to do that at my job at work. Something I, as a student when I was in high school, never expected to have the opportunity to do, or that, if that was there when I was in high school, I definitely would have been on board with it. But ever since that, we've gotten to work with a lot of different students maybe we don't have in the classroom, and it's really, not only have we learned a lot about esports and just expanding this whole sport, but also we've gotten to work with students that I've never met, and developing relationships and continuing to just make it, Sandburg overall a better environment for not only students but faculty members too.
That's awesome.
On the education side aspect of it, I teach computer maintenance and repair, so it kind of goes hand in hand with what I teach. So it was cool to kind of recruit students for my class and also use the computers that we use in our gaming club as our computers from our classroom, the ones that we build, the students build. So it was kind of like a purpose that for them building the actual computers. I also teach Cisco networking, so it was also a purpose for our students to kind of build our gaming room and map out the network for that. It was was actually really fun, and it kind of inspired the kids to work a little bit harder because they're a part of the team, but not really on the team if they weren't on the team.
Well, and that's really awesome. I mean, think about that. You could leave high school and you could go. Someone could say, "Hey, we're building a gaming, building somewhere. Can you? Yeah, I know how to network that. You need to holler at me. We can get your routing perfectly, get your VLANs built, and everything's cool." Yeah, that's really cool. And I guess this is the guy you go to when you need a new video card or something, right? Like, listen, that's right. There's a 1 terabyte card out. Well, whatever. Yeah. So if folks want to reach out to you guys and find out more information, what's the best way they can find out, what you're doing there?
Definitely check us out on Twitter at SandburgHS is our high school account. We post a lot of stuff every day, all throughout the day. We have a lot of staff members, and our esports team is CS_VG _club. But definitely the high school account on Twitter, very active. We've got about close to 4,000 followers, and just putting a lot of content out there for everybody.
Before we let you guys go, you're doing a session later here at ICE. So talk about what that's going to entail. I mean, you don't have to give away all the cookies, but give us a little bit of the frosting or something.
It's kind of what we talked about already, right? The content of it is engaging students through esports. So we're going to share the Sandburg story of how our students went from many of them who were not participants to now being on this varsity team, and how that's changed their experience with each other in the school, and how they've really been vocal about spreading esports throughout the state. And the hope is to kind of share that story with other schools who are looking to maybe get a foot in the door to kind of start a club at their school and a team at their school.
Okay, well, I have a question too. So have you branched out? So like, is there someone that maybe you have some students who don't game a lot, but they're doing your graphics and they're doing play-by-play or anything like that? Have you guys branched out to that, or am I giving you some ideas?
Well, those are definitely some great ideas. We actually aren't at that stage yet, but for sure, definitely in the future. I mean, we're looking to do that.
Yeah, I can see you guys having a social media department and write-ups and blogging and the whole bit. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man, you guys throw it up on Twitch or YouTube Live, and like you said, have a couple of students who aren't necessarily playing the games, but who love
watch.
The color commentary, the play-by-play. I mean, that'd be awesome. That'd be cool.
I actually like watching gaming. I like to watch the esports because it's really intense. I mean, it's really, really cool. Hey, well, thank you for coming by and talking with us, and have a great session.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you. You've been listening to an interview from ICE 2019 in Schaumburg, Illinois. Thank you for listening.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed that interview we just had. We recorded that at ICE 2019 this year with a group from Carl Sandburg High School, the esports team. What a great group of guys, a great group of coaches and administrators supporting those kids there. I tell you what, coming up next, we have the East Initiative, and that's this week. I'm actually going to be doing the East Initiative. We're going to do the lead-in and everything for it. But I've been in education for over 27 years, and I've seen the challenges some students have to face every day. Whether it's going to school hungry or not being able to see a doctor when they're sick, these challenges make it hard for kids to focus on learning. Thankfully, Concordia University in Portland is leading the way with their 3 to PhD program that helps to combat student fears, freeing them to pursue their high streams. They're revolutionizing education by creating a holistic model that provides groceries, health care, and even clothing to students right here on campus, helping them thrive and help our communities strengthen and grow. Concordia's College of Education offers online and on-campus programs where students have the opportunity to learn more about a compassionate approach to education and to see how nurturing the whole student can lead to amazing things. To learn more about how you can help students conquer their monsters and achieve their highest dreams, visit cu-portland.edu/letsconquer. #NurtureEducateGrow. Hi, I'm Jeff Madlock with the East Initiative. On today's East Initiative, Project Inspiration. Let's take a listen.
We were initially inspired to start the project whenever a friend of ours was diagnosed with a pseudotumor, and if they wouldn't have discovered it, she would have gone blind within a week. And but the entire time she was so afraid because she didn't realize what was going on, what was causing her headaches, and she was also passing out. So I was thinking about different ways that we could help her in this, and I decided that printing her tumor would be a good option so that she could have a physical representation of her current situation.
I was brought on to the project by Maddie. It was actually the beginning of last year, which was my freshman year, and she came to me with this idea of printing the brain tumors, and I was like, well, that's perfect, because my dad is a neurosurgeon, so we had that point of contact to help us with the project. And so after we contacted my dad and asked him for some help, we really got going from there, and we started printing these patients' tumors. And last year, about this time, we were featured on Channel 7 because we had just presented our first tumor to our first patient, and it really made a huge impact on her life. And we figured we would keep doing it and keep impacting people's lives.
As you can tell, the students of the East Initiative are making huge impacts locally for their community. Hey, if you want to find out more about the East Initiative, catch them on social media at The East Initiative or visit them on the website at eastinitiative.org. This week's music, Sweedo, is provided by an East Scholar. I'd like to thank April Jackson and everyone at the East Initiative for letting me host this week's East Initiative update. I'm Jeff Madlock. Have a great week.
Hey, thank you so much to the East Initiative for providing us with amazing insights into what students are doing in classrooms in Arkansas and really all over the country through the East Initiative.
Awesome stuff they're doing there. Looking forward to, we're actually heading that way. We've got the East Conference coming up here in just a few weeks. And so we'll be in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas with the kids. And this year's a little something different. There's going to be a podcast competition.
Yeah,
so we're looking forward to seeing how that works out and what comes of it.
Yeah, exactly. We get to be the judges. I think we're going to put on the black robes and we'll be the like the Muppet dudes.
Oh, the old guys up in the yeah.
Actually, they probably won't let us do that, but that's okay. It's a thought. You never know with us.
You never know. That's exactly true. Hey, it's been a great show.
It has, man.
Don't forget to check out the web, www.edutechguys.com, and visit us on social media. Just go to Google, type in EduTechGuys. We're EduTechGuys everywhere. Whether it's Twitter.com/EduTechGuys, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, you're going to find us there. Hey, listen, I'm Jeff Madlock.
I'm David Henderson.
We'll catch you next time.
You've been listening to the EduTech Guys, edutechguys.com.